So now talking of this, oh, I didn't look at the next headline. So we have been, and everyone has probably seen this. We are now going to talk about Richarlison, and it has been broken in the Telegraph that apparently Tottenham are way off the fee that Everton want for Richarlison. What's your thoughts on this, Bob?
Another day, another player. Hey, listen, I can't be a hypocrite and say, you know, I'm happy with the signs that are coming so far yet. What does my head in is there's no reports of a concrete bid. We're way off the valuation. What is the valuation? Did we go in with 30 million? Did we go in with 40 million? It just says what are Everton valuing? There was suggestions that they valued him at 75 million. There's no way that's going to happen. There's no way he's going to be sold for 75 million. So a bit more info, really. I would personally love Richarlison, and I've gone on record to say that. 5 years in the Premier League, the shithousery he brings to a team. He's one of those players that you hate if he plays on the opposition, but love if he plays for your own team. The adaptability to play up front and along the front line. He literally kept Everton up last season, 6 goals in the last nine games. And there is a bit of quality about him. He's very highly rated in the Brazil national team. I'd love him. I'd love him. He would, like I said earlier, would he improve our squad? Hey, if Sonny, Kulusevski or a Kane goes down, rather than have an option of Mora or Bergwijn or a Scarlett on the bench, if we've got Richarlison instead, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that. I know the talk is Richarlison or Raphinha for some reason, but we'll touch on Raphinha in a bit. Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
But for me, yeah, if we want Richarlison, go out there and get him. But it'd be interesting to see what we valued him at.
Exactly. I mean, the things I will read right now is I've got 2 bits from the Telegraph where this was breaking. So the first one that came out was Tottenham have gotten nowhere near Everton's valuation of Richarlison. But then there was a bit more context to it about 20 minutes, half an hour later, where it said Everton have held talks over a loan move for Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Harry Winks, while Spurs are also thought to be prepared to allow Lucas Moura to move in the opposite direction. If they can sign Richarlison, Tottenham, again, it repeats the last part, have gotten nowhere near the valuation. Now, this is the thing with Harry Winks. You would have thought this is the option, and we know Paratici is the king of player swap and cash deals, so that kind of fits. And then you literally thought this could happen via that method. And now we're hearing Lucas Moura might be chucked in.
Yeah.
And then you hear that we're nowhere near the valuation.
Yep. As the loudest ice cream van goes past.
Exactly. We're on the 3rd floor here.
Yeah.
Like it's outside.
Yeah. From what I heard, you were chucked into the deal as well.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bit, obviously, we all know what's going on right now with rumours going here, there and everywhere, and it gets blown up and take it with a pinch of salt. But what do you reckon with this deal? Do you reckon it is way off? Because obviously, or do you reckon this is a lot of people are saying this is the one we're using as the smokescreen to go get Raphinha, as opposed to the other way round? What are you thinking with this title? I mean, developments.
We have a super chat. It kind of ties into what we're talking about. It's from Danny Kiriaki. You want to say a bit?
Danny Kiriaki.
Member for 17 months.
Go on, my brother.
Big up. Ha ha ha. Not surprised. They want £75 million. They are deluded. Piss off, Richarlison. No thanks. Hope we don't get him. Raphinha is much better. Big up, boys. Now, the fact that Danny's nipples get erect every time he hears Raphinha's name is one separate thing altogether. But it shouldn't be a case. Like I've said, and I wanted to bring this up a bit later. Who cares? I don't care how much we spend on a player. It's not my job. I'm a Spurs fan. I'm not a Spurs accountant. Levy is known to be a shrewd businessman. Saves money. He knows how to spend money and save money. He's got us the best stadium in the world. Paratici is a Don. He brings the best players in. So how can we be hypocrites and question what we spend on a player? If we go out and spend £75 million on Richarlison, who are we to judge if that's too much?
Yeah.
Who are we? We've gone out and spent £75 million on a Richarlison, a Raphinha, a Messi, a Ronaldo, whoever it is. Please don't quote me on that. But the reason why if we go out and spend £100 million on a right wing back, you'd like to think the people in charge know what they're doing.
Yep.
Supposedly they do. What they spend on a player isn't my concern. As I keep on saying, as long as that player comes in to my football club and improves the team, that's all I'm worried about. I couldn't give two shishis. That is a new word I've just made out. I'm so holding back. People have seen in the wall know how much I'm holding back. But yeah, I couldn't give a damn what we spend, and that's not me being flippant and me not worrying about FFP and all that. That's not my job. We've got people in place, people in places whose concern that is. The finance side is all up to Levy and Enoch, as I like to call him, and the player who is brought in is up to Paratici. If it means £100 million on a player we spend, it's because we can afford it. We can afford to do so without putting us in any danger. So yeah, 75. I ain't got an issue with that.
Yeah, it's like I said. I mean, with the fact, for me, we need to improve this area, and it's obvious we haven't had backup since Kane. We've had Janssen, we've had Llorente, we've had Vinicius. We do need to get a bit of quality in there. We really do, and it's like we're being held to ransom, like I said, over Raphinha as well. But I've just had so this is from the Spurs Express as well.
There we go.
They've just said, more talks taking place between Everton and Spurs over a deal for Harry Winks. Everton want a loan, Spurs want £20 million. All parties want the move to happen. So if it's £20 million that we want, why don't we just say you want X for Richarlison, knock 20 million off?
Yeah, that would be the simple way. And I don't think it's both clubs that want the deal to happen. Unfortunately, all the fans want the deal to happen with regards to Winks. Yeah, if Everton want him, and they're pretty good at buying all our superstars, i.e. Dele Alli, etc.
I'm loving Frank Lampard now.
Yeah,
I think now he's buying all our players.
Oh, big up, man! 15-year contract. Yeah, let's do something. Hey, let's chuck in Mora as well, like it was suggested, and see what. Hey, we might be able to get him free the way Everton are valuing our players.
But this is the thing. I mean, Mora with this deal is surprising to me. It's surprising. Don't get me wrong. He may need to leave. He's upgradable. I just think, from what I heard, he wants to see out his contract and go back to
it was muted, wasn't it? That he wants to see out his career at Spurs. I think there's a sentimental value as well from the Spurs fans for the Ajax hat-trick. Would we be weakened if we got a replacement in, i.e. a Richarlison or a Raphinha, and we saw Lucas go? Would that weaken our squad? I don't think it would. There
we go. So now we'll move on for Richarlison and speak about another Brazilian beginning with the letter R. And
Ronaldo.
Danny Kiriaku's favourite. Let's talk about Raphinha. But before we do, I've just seen a super chat come in from James Coffey. So just going to bring that up, which is
Cheers.
Bergwijn, Clark, Rodon, Hill were bought with the intention of selling them for profit, not to fit a footballing need. No manager wanted them, so they won't play them, unlike the January players. That's a banging point.
Yeah, spot on. Bergwijn, maybe. I think there was probably a bit more hope from the Spurs fans. I certainly was one of Bergwijn's fans and hoped it'd come good, because I saw something in the Dutch national team. Every time we played for them, he did well, and that's why I was a bit excited when he came over at Spurs. With regards to Clark, Rodon, and certainly Hill, aka the next Messi, I think James is spot on. They were brought in to increase the value and sell them on for profit. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's working for any of them, even Bergwijn.
Yep.
Even Bergwijn. But it's spot on, James.
It's absolutely bang on the money.
But it's a change of mindset, isn't it? And I don't know if James agrees with that. It's a change of mindset. We aren't bringing in. There's no way we brought in a Perisic thinking he's going to be worth X amount in a few years that we can sell him on to. Bissouma, even that, you know, I reckon is, without sounding big-headish, his value's already increased by signing for Tottenham.
Oh, big time.
And, you know, it's a big club mentality that we should be having. There's nothing wrong with thinking that. As soon as you sign for Spurs, your value increases. So, and Forster's a sensible signing as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, there's a change of mindset. People have come in who we know, or hopefully, there's more of a chance than of a Bissouma and a Perisic making our squad better, a team better, than, say, a Clark, Rodon or a Hill.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. So now we'll get back to talking about Raphinha. And apparently the Leeds have said they are bracing themselves.
All right, yes.
Bracing themselves for an offer. So we've registered our interest. We've made it aware that we're interested.
Yep.
We've interested our interest.
Yep.
And now Leeds are bracing themselves. And it's not just us. It's not just us. It's Barca. It's Arsenal with reports to be believed. This is another one. What do you reckon it's going to be? I think this is a deal that really is going to drag. I don't think this is imminent.
I'm bracing for an update. I'll be honest with you. You know, let's see how it goes. A lot of talk about Raphinha. I know a lot of Arsenal fans are getting excited about getting Raphinha. There's Raphinha in an Arsenal shirt already, and that's probably the reason why I'd want Raphinha, just to piss Arsenal fans off. Listen, again, another quality player, another player who'd give us quality down that right-hand side, apart from Kulusevski. And I've said before, why not bring both in? You know, if we have got that mindset, if we are going to lose a Bergwijn and a Moura, you'd think we'd bring two quality players in. And if that is Richarlison and Raphinha, then so be it. If it's one of the two, then my personal choice will always be Richarlison. I'm sorry, Danny. I know it's going to give you a bit of a droop, but for me, it's Richarlison. But Raphinha, hey, let's brace for the next update.
Exactly. There might be another update. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling things are going to happen today. More updates.
You reckon?
I'm not saying like an official bid will go.
Well, everything else has happened.
Exactly. Pretty much everything else has happened. But Joe, I do like Raphinha. But as I've mentioned, you look at Richarlison and his work rate and what he does off the pitch, and then I look at Raphinha. Raphinha's like a Ginola to me, in the way that he's a flair player. He gets people on the edge of their seats. He's exciting. I would like to see the deal come off. I don't think both are coming off. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. But because Simeon's brainwashed me all week. I'm more on the Richarlison favour. But yeah, apparently bracing. Do you reckon? I mean, Barcelona, they put that bid in for Lewandowski as well, haven't
they? 34
So,
point. Apparently, it's been rejected. Last I heard.
Okay.
34.4 million. That was a talk on Talk Sport. Someone mentioned that was a talk on Talk Sport.
Not just bet.
No. Yeah, they've had a cash injection, haven't they? There was talk of them going in for Raphinha earlier on the month, but the cash injection means I can go in for him again. But why do you need a Raphinha when you got Adama Traore, who's just left?
Don't say that name. Don't say that name on this channel.
I don't even go into that. Nate D has sent in another super chat. Big up. Could we ever consider a Christian Pulisic? Possibly.
I would. Do you know what? I really like him. I really like him. But obviously, we know we don't do business with Chelsea, and Chelsea won't do business with us. As much as it could happen, and if Will's still in the chat, I'd like to see what Will says, or any American that's in there that knows what Pulisic is capable of. I would like him at Spurs. What about you?
No.
Is that because he's Chelsea, or?
If he's not made it at Chelsea, why would he? That's the level we want to go to. They're our competitive, or we're trying to compete with them. If he's not worked out at Chelsea, why would he have to work? Why should we? Essentially, I don't want to go down an Alex route, but he would be a reject.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Plus, I think there's better players out there.
I'll tell you, there's completely better players. I'm not saying I want him as my number one target. I'm saying if he came in, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Obviously, I'd much rather we go for other alternatives.
I just don't think he'd improve our squad as much as a Richarlison or Raphinha. Good player, great, short. That's it.
Okay, so yeah, we'll now go on to,
we'll move away from that.
We'll now go on to the most talked about transfer rumour that we've had recently, and
DML.
we are going to talk about Christian Eriksen.
Who?
Where it's now led to believe that he is going to be deciding between Brentford or Manchester United. So it does look like whatever the talk was, wherever it may have been, whoever was saying whatever Sky Sports and every other reporter was saying, it looks like we are completely out of this.
Can I just say, there's how many people watching? 1K people watching, and there's only 152 likes. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, let's sort that out, guys. Let's sort that out.
It's not even right. It's not even halfway, man. No. And I can count.
So yeah, your thoughts on Christian Eriksen?
I just want to just before we carry on, Will Stewart's backed me up.
Okay.
There is a reason why I like Will. Pulisic isn't right for us. He needs to go and play for a mid-table side.
And like I said,
I love Will.
People start jumping on me. I don't know what I'm talking. Like I said, I'm talking about him. Don't want him. I'm saying if he came in, I think maybe he could do a job. I'm not saying I want him at the club.
Yeah.
I think he may be able to do something, but that's
essentially Will backed me and poopered your idea.
Yeah, of course you did. And I take Will's views on American stars very, very strongly. So yeah, but back to the deal that wasn't a deal, that is a deal that may be coming back. We're replacing Eriksen with Eriksen. No, we're not. Yes, we are. And now it looks like we're not. Yeah.
What can you say? It's been going on for so long, man. If we really needed him, if we really wanted him on a free transfer, you'd think we would have gone in and given him what we want. Again, the money of, he's not worth 350. I don't know, it sounds like that, but he's not worth £350,000 a week or whatever it was Man United were offering. I don't care. Again, a player who could potentially improve our squad. Yes, Will. I reckon he'd be involved in about 10 to 15 goals, goal involvements this season if he did come in. But if we don't want him, that's fair enough. Move on. Go to the next target. It's been going on for too long, man. Bissouma. Woke up on Tuesday, we're linked to him. On a Wednesday, we sign him. On a Thursday, he goes in for a medical. On Friday, he's holding up the shirt. And we're chilling on a Sunday.
Exactly.
There you go.
It's this whole Christian Eriksen thing. If he had just come in by himself without Bissouma, I'd been like, hell no, I don't want him back. But then once we got Bissouma, I was really warming to the idea of him coming back. Really warming to the idea of him coming back. But it doesn't look like it's happening. And
are you gutted? Are you gutted?
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
Because there are fans out there who really want him. I can understand that. Again, we're talking about options. Having an Eriksen off the bench, there's no way he'd possibly start a few games, because he would, and I think Will mentioned it yesterday on Sean Butler's stream. Big up Sean Butler. The only way he'd play in the team is as a deep lying midfielder. One thing Eriksen becomes, if he ever comes to Spurs, if he comes back to Spurs, he easily becomes one of our best passers in the team, alongside a Harry Kane possibly. He brings that range of passing that no other player has. So there are plus points. I'm not totally against an Eriksen, but I just don't think he's worth spending months and months over negotiating. And hey, if he doesn't want to come, if we're not his first choice, see you later. Good luck to you, mate.
Yeah, like I said, I think if you look at the team now, if he'd come in, he knows Son and Kane, so the relationship's there. You would think that he would be on the same wavelength as Decky.
Yeah.
And then you look at Perisic on the wings that he'll be using, and we'll be talking about the right wing back shortly. But yeah, I think he could have added something, but he wasn't one that I'm like, we must sign.
Yeah.
If he came back, it would have been good to see him, and he might have come back reinvigorated and wanting to right the wrongs of how everything finished, and may have been the Eriksen we signed, or even a slight improvement. But it's not one that I'm going to lose any sleep over.
Yeah. What about the guys in the chat? How gutted would you be if Eriksen went? Not didn't come to Tottenham, but if you saw him in a Man United shirt, would you be gutted? Would you be worried? Would you not give a damn? Me personally, I think Man United are miles behind us.
Yep.
I really do. So him going to Man United, I don't think a famous last words is going to score a winner in the last minute with a free kick. But I wouldn't worry if he went to Man United.
No.
And if he stayed at Brentford, even better.
That's you know what, the fact that Brentford said they were releasing him, and now it's like, oh, we might not be. He might be staying. Yeah. I think there's a lot to it. I think Brentford might be the. I think Brentford might win this, and how bad would that look on United if Brentford are able to retain him? But that's enough talking about Eriksen, because, in all honesty, this is the one transfer deal that, like Gareth Bale returning every single season when he was at Madrid, it has been doing my head in. And now we're moving on to another player that I don't think I know a lot about. I don't know if you. I can't remember what we were saying, Bob. If you do, Tottenham inquire about PSV Eindhoven winger GAKPO.
GAKPO.
I apologise to anyone if I have butchered that name.
Cody GAKPO.
Cody GAKPO, that's it. PSV winger, who you brought his stats up. They weren't bad stats last season.
They're good stats, yeah. 12 goals, 13 assists, so quite a few goal involvements. Yeah, I mean, his stats haven't been that bad throughout. He's averaging, 7-8 goals per season. Good on assists as well. But we'd be lying if we said, hey, it might turn out to be another Basuma deal that we hear about today.
Yep.
And it's completed by Monday. But, it's a player that just seems to be another player we link to because we need to be seen to be linked to players to come in. It's good that we are being linked to quality players now. His stats prove that he is a quality player. But it's a Danny Rose situation. We had to Google him to find. Well, I had to Google him.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah.
We both did.
But yeah, if he again, we can look into it a bit more, and if the recruitment team believe he's going to come in and make a, it just, for me, it's another Lamella, another possibly Bergwijn.
Yep.
From Dutch league, and we spoke about the attackers from
that haven't worked
the
out
Dutch league. Yeah. So yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, the other thing I looked at, and this all is going to pour more speculation with Raphinha. Apparently, Leeds are looking at him very, very heavily. Yeah. And this could be because they know Raphinha's going. So it could be their backup and contingency plan. But
see, that's another thing, isn't it? If Leeds are looking at him, then again, without sounding big-headed, should we?
This is the thing. I mean, I don't know a lot about him. I don't know if people in the chat know a bit more about him than us, because, like we said, we don't know a lot about him. But it looks like it's another player that has come up on the list. So it's another winger, and again, it's wingers, isn't it?
Yeah, some people have said, Scorpions fans for life. GAKPO is one of the most hyped players in the Netherlands. Wisdom Wolf says, how did you have to Google GAKPO? Hey, it's just we're probably a bit too engrossed in Spurs and probably the Premier League. We've had to, but there's many people who we spoke to have said they've had to find out about. When I say Google, okay, check out his stats. Of course, I knew about GAKPO. It's I play FIFA.
There you go. I actually did not know a damn thing about him. I can't confess to watching any Dutch football whatsoever. If Danny's in the chat, because Danny watches Ajax religiously, he may know a bit about it because he does watch the league.
He'll just be going on about Raphinha still.
Or he'll be going on about, what's the guy? Anthony.
Anthony, yeah.
But yeah, so that is another link we have.